What's up, guys? It's Miles back with another video. This is gonna be a deep video, right? I want to shout out to the Angry Man because he gave me inspired this video, right? And it gave me a lot of time to think, time to reflect, right? And I feel like this is an important video to talk about because it's going to explain a lot of issues that you're dealing with personally and why you act certain ways or why certain people are acting certain ways, right? So this is the generation, the hedonistic generation, right? Well, Miles, what is hedonism to begin with? Well, that means that you basically, in a nutshell, you want pleasure 24/7, right? You will do any and everything for pleasure, right? You don't want to feel any pain, any suffering, anything like that, right? You chase consistent pleasure, instant gratification, right? Now, what are the forms of hedonism, right? I got my notes right here about it. That's why I keep looking down, right? First one, promiscuity, right? Next one, drugs and alcohol. These are the obvious ones of hedonism, right? But we're going to go deeper into all this stuff. Let's start with the first one, promiscuity, right? See, people are chasing that pleasure because it's instant gratification. When you go on a dating app and you swipe left, you go on a date and you have sex at night, instant gratification. You didn't have to wait that long to get it, right? It's microwavable sex. You know what I'm saying? You slide in the DMs. You set up a date. Y'all go out, have sex that same week. Instant gratification. Came fast, right? Have to work too hard to get it. Is this the reason why we have a hookup culture now? Because everybody's chasing that pleasure. Is this why nobody wants to have kids, right? Because there's a responsibility with kids, and responsibility means no pleasure. So you don't want to have kids because you don't want to have a displeasurable experience, right? Is this why relationships, marriage, and dating sucks, right? Because you want instant sex. You want instant sex with lots of partners, right? Is that what's wrong with the dating market? Drugs and alcohol. Now, these are clear and cutthroat. I mean, clear and to the point. Instant pleasure, instant withdrawal. It takes you away from your current responsibilities and everything. It takes you away from all that. It takes you away from responsibility. You don't have, when you're high and everything like that, you're not worried about anything but that pleasure of being calm and relaxed, right? Alcohol. When you're drunk, you don't have a care in the world, right? When you're drunk, you're just going with the flow. There's no responsibility. All your cognitive abilities where you can stress or anything or like that, or when you're high, all those things, all those feelings are suppressed, right? So why do we live in a society that uses hedonism as a way to live, right? Where did this come from? Why is this doing the way it is? What are the outcomes to this, right? Well, whether you guys want to admit it or not, suffering is needed. Displeasure is needed, right? Once you go through a process that's displeasurable, I'm gonna put it like this, right? My high school, we were really good at football, right? But the reason why we were so good at football is because we practiced football every day, hard. And in the off season, we trained extremely hard. We trained to exhaustion, That's why we were so structured. That's why we were so good. That's why we beat people just off of sheer will most times. Not even off talent, just off of pure will and strength, right? That's how we beat a lot of people, right? But people think, well, hey, if I just work out a little bit and I'll in practice a little bit, I'll be good for I'll be good for Friday night. I'll be good for Saturday. I'll be good for Sunday, right? And then those are the teams that get blown out by 50 by my team. Those are the teams that win 2-3 games a year, right? Because they didn't put the work in the off season and everything else to be as good as we are, right? The battle was already won before it even began, right? So once you go through the hard stuff and you accomplish that goal, you accomplish that, you feel a sense of achievement. You gain self-respect, you gain self-esteem. You believe in yourself now, right? But maybe this is why we live in a depressive society. Maybe this is why everybody has social anxiety. Right? Because they haven't put themselves in situations that are uncomfortable and conquered those situations. Right? Maybe this explains why we have a lack of parents. Right? Why the economy is going down. And ultimately society. Right? Parents. Well, if we have a whole bunch of parents that have kids that they don't want to raise, we're gonna have a whole bunch of fucked up kids, right? Because kids are not a pleasurable experience. We have to raise and teach them consistently how to act, right? A lot of crying, a lot of staying up at night, right? Economy. Well, everybody wants to be in an air-conditioned office making 6 figures, right? Well, the only problem is everybody can't do that, right? Somebody has to go out and do the hard jobs. Is this why our economy is crushing? Because nobody wants to do the hard jobs anymore. Everybody wants to be in the office in the air conditioning. Nobody wants to go outside and sweat a little bit, put a little sweat in there. Right? Has the society gone soft on us? Internet doesn't help. Microwave food doesn't help. Fast food doesn't help. All these things are pleasurable experiences that come fast. When you put a post up, within 30 minutes, you got 50 likes. Depending on who you are. You got more than that. You got a whole bunch of followers, right? Instant pleasure. You instantly think you're sexy. You instantly think you're the man or you're the woman. Right? You go to fast food and you go in and out. Eat your food within 10 minutes. Instant pleasure. Instant gratification. Right? I'm going to end with this quote, right? Kids do what they want. Adults do what they must.